Chief Giles, it's good to have you with us on the programme today. Benjamin Netanyahu was the first foreign leader to offer congratulations to Donald Trump. We know that Benjamin Netanyahu has been talking directly to Donald Trump many times over the last few months, including as recently as the last 10 days. The Israeli government is definitely feeling very confident that Donald Trump is going to be a strong ally of Benjamin Netanyahu once he's back in the Oval Office down there behind me.
Yeah, Simon, I think Benjamin Netanyahu and his coalition government here in Israel will have been watching those returns coming in from the US and would have been pretty ecstatic at that result, at this change in terms of the White House. But I think just actually very soon after we saw Donald Trump giving his first speech, he wasn't quite president-elect yet, but it was him saying that he believed he had won that election. We got this reminder of just how intrinsically linked events in Washington, events in the US, and events here in the Middle East are. We had about an hour after Donald Trump finished speaking, air raid sirens going off here in Tel Aviv and right across Israel, these rockets launched by Hezbollah from Lebanon. That being interpreted here in the region as a very clear message from the adversaries of both the Israelis and also, by extension, the US, that being interpreted as really a warning coming from Hezbollah, that proxy of Iran, to tread carefully as they switch into this different relationship between the White House and the current Israeli government.
Now, Donald Trump has said many times on the campaign trail that he can solve the war in Israel and Gaza and the war in Ukraine on the first day of his presidency. And he's always maintained that neither of those conflicts would ever have started if he had still been president of the United States. We do not know how he thinks he can end the conflict on day one of his presidency. But we do know that after his most recent conversations with Benjamin Netanyahu, there were reports here that Donald Trump had told the Israeli Prime Minister to finish his military operation in Gaza by the time he, Donald Trump, is sworn into office on January the 20th here in Washington. Do we think that Benjamin Netanyahu might accede to that request, which after January the 20th could become a demand from Donald Trump?
Well, at this stage, it's really just pure speculation, but there is this scenario that's being talked about here in the region of Benjamin Netanyahu coming under that severe pressure from Donald Trump to end the military operation in Gaza, to end the conflict in Gaza in name. So Donald Trump would sort of have that as an achievement before he's even got into office. He would be able to tout that from the steps of the US Congress as he gives his inauguration speech. But the issue with that is, even if Benjamin Netanyahu decides to end the conflict in name, what does it actually look like? How does it actually change, for example, the humanitarian situation inside Gaza? There will still be, even if Benjamin Netanyahu decides to end the military operation with the strike of a pen, perhaps, there will still be thousands of people inside Gaza who are really struggling to access basic daily essentials, food, water, medicine. So that is certainly one scenario that is being talked about, this kind of transactional sense that I think we're going to see playing out across Donald Trump's foreign policy once again. Donald Trump asking for things, demanding things from different leaders around the world, those leaders then looking like they need to deliver those things, but then actually, as I was kind of trying to explain, the devil is really in the detail.